let's start over. That didn't take very long. I don't even know what day it is or what it is. That's 5. Totally fine. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Woolly Mastadon Creates Podcast, episode 30. My name is Tori or Victoria, the mastermind behind the crazy, and thank you for joining me today. Today is August 29th. It once again is a lovely Saturday. A little cooler. The windows are open, so I apologize if there's any road noise today, but we're just going to work through it. Before I jump into the episode today, I do want to share where you can find me on the interwebs. You can find me on Instagram as Tori Schaffner. I have updated that handle there. You can find me, of course, on YouTube. You can find me on Ravelry as lilwestie, L-I-L-Westie, as well as the blog, woolymastodon.wordpress.com. And then, of course, you can find me on Facebook, but I'm just not as active there. So I definitely suggest checking me out on Instagram if you want to see more of what I'm up to lately. Although I haven't been posting as much, and I'm trying to do that a little bit better there. But anyway, let's just jump into the episode today. I don't know that it'll be a super long one, but I have some exciting things to share. So, we're going to jump into finished objects. I have one. I mean, I technically have two, but I feel like this one takes the cake. I finished Daryl Dago. It is a ginormous, will not even fit in frame shawl. This is done. I mean, after my last episode, the following day, I believe I finished it. So we're just gonna kind of start, showing you the shawl. Oops, losing it. We'll talk about this spot a little later. But yeah, this is really long, beautiful shawl, lots of stripes, a little bit of color work. You may even be able to see, now that it's blocked, what the color variation in the color work, which is nice. And then down to here. But yeah, this is done. Oh, I love it so much. This was a pattern by Caitlin Hunter, and I knit this on US 3.25 millimeter needles, and I used 3 colors. The first color, this dark color, is Knitted Wit single fingering in the Hawaii volcanoes. This color that I striped in between is Hedgehog Fibers. Which one was it? Their Twist Sock in the anime colorway. And then this absolutely neon gorgeous yarn is from Knit Circus. It's their Greatest of Ease base, and it's the High Voltage Speckle. So you may remember that there have been a few times where I got cocky on the shawl and thought that I would not play Yarn Chicken. Well, I played Yarn Chicken. I finished the stripes just fine, but then I ran out of yarn on this neon section, so I had to finish the lace in the Hawaii volcanoes, which means that I did have to cut this short. Technically you wouldn't have this little lip here, right here, where this would have actually all joined together, so it would have been more of a straight triangle, but I ran out of yarn. But it's really no big deal. I think it looks really cool. I will try to post a few pictures here while I'm talking about it, because I did take a few photos. My plan was to take backyard photos at my dad's, and I completely forgot. I had brought this along. We did go on vacation last weekend again, so I brought this along and I didn't take photos, so I tried to do the best I could here. But for now, let's see, how would I wear this? I mean, just for fun. This is done. It's huge. Like, you could wear it like this, but it's a little bit bulky. My intent to wear this, which I've already done once at work, is to bring this to work and basically have a blanket, because I do get cold in the AC, and then in winter it gets a little chilly in there. So it is super cozy. I'm so excited about this. I love the neon yarn. I love the color combination. I feel like this is just me. So I am very excited about this finished object. I love it so much. So yeah, this is Daryl Dago. It is done. It took me about 2 months to finish, I think. Maybe about. But I do have my updates on Ravelry, and now not everybody can use them. But I also just post on my show notes on the blog, so you can also see it there. But yep, this is done. I love it. I'm excited about it. So yeah, that is my first finished object, and this is basically the finished object. My second finished object, I will try to post a few pictures here because I don't have it here with me, but I finally finished that pom-pom garland actually this morning. because I wanted to take pictures in front of it, and you can't even see them in the pictures, but whatever. I wanted to take pictures of this in front of it. But yeah, I finished the pom-pom garland that I talked about a couple weeks ago, and I really enjoy it. I think it's really cute, and it puts a bright pop of color in our living room, so I have more things to do in that space, but for now, the pom-pom garland is done as well, and hopefully I'll get a little bit of a picture here, maybe some footage. I don't know what'll work better, because it's kind of on a blank, boring wall right now. There's really nothing else on the wall, so I don't know. We'll see what we do with it, but 2 things finished. Not bad after not having anything finished for a long time, and this one is super exciting. I'm going to stash that away. Then we'll work into work in progress. Those are going to be kind of boring, admittedly. I haven't worked on a whole lot, partially because I did go on vacation, so a lot of my work in progress didn't come along. I put a few rows on my sock, but nothing to write home about. I really didn't get much progress done on that, so I didn't knit a whole lot on vacation, which is kind of crazy. But it was kind of hot too, so I didn't really want to knit, and I had other things I wanted to do, so if that makes sense. But you guys, I'm sure, are sick of seeing this, but this is Tania, Tegna. It's again by Caitlin Hunter. There is a theme today, and apparently this is not intentional. I just apparently really, really like her patterns right now, because I am, again, the saga of this, go back to previous episodes, this is my second time knitting it with the same yarn. I've ripped it out once. I haven't done a whole lot of progress, but if you can see where that shark stitch marker is, I've knit a little over an inch on this right now, which isn't bad considering actually I don't have that much more left to do of this section, and then I move on to the next part. So I'm almost done with just the straight stockinette section. I mean, then there's shaping and so forth, so I'm almost about there. This is also knit on US 3 2.5 millimeter or 3.25 millimeter needles, and this is knit out of Knit Pick Stroll in this Sunny Afternoon colorway, and I do love it. I want to love it, and I want to love this finished object, so I need to finish this. But yeah, I put a little work into this. I am glad that I did, and yeah, it's going pretty well, I think. So second work in object first work in progress. Good grief, I can't speak anymore, obviously. But yeah, that's the first one, other than, like I said, I've been working on my socks, but nothing really to show. My second work in progress, you guys would have seen the yarn for. Last episode I talked about an upcoming cast on I was going to bring on the trip, and this is Birds and Ships by Caitlin Hunter again, and it's this really cute cowl pattern, and I really, really liked it. I went on Ravelry and wanted to find something that was small that I could bring on the trip, and this seemed to fit the bill. That wasn't socks. Spoiler alert, I didn't actually start this on the trip. I brought it along, I had everything with me, and I had every intention to start it, and then I just didn't start it. I knit a few rows on my socks and called it a day. But I have since started it since we got home. These are knit on US 4, which is, what are they, 3.5 millimeter needles, and this is knit out of the Knit Picks Chroma Fingering in the roller skate colorway. Now, I am knitting this top down. It's a paid for pattern, so I don't want to give up too much, but realistically this would be the top of the cowl, and then this is going to go down from there, but it's a little hard to show you that way. So yeah, look at the color variation. I'm almost coming to a really pretty teal, and I'm so excited about it, but this is really, I love it. It's a little crazy. It's got this pattern detailing on the front. I've got my stitch marker on here, but yeah, it's got this pattern detailing on the front. I don't know how well you'll be able to see that, and the color gradation on here is just making me so happy. I told my husband yesterday, I'm like, I could wear this to work with like a black shirt and it would still be super childish and not stylish at all, and I wouldn't even care because I love it so much. Let us let the motorcycle go by. Okay. All those podcasts that have motorcycle men, we have them too. I can relate. But anyway, yes. This is Birds and Ships, and I'm actually storing it in a Honeybee Knits bag that I really, really like. So This was, I got it for free when I ordered yarn from her when she closed her shop, and I'm sad I didn't realize that her shop existed until when she was closing it down, because the yarn and fiber I have I really like and I can't wait to knit with. So I'm glad I got some when I could. But she included a really cute project bag, and it's got this awesome unicorn on the front. Like, this bag is me. And this fits stitch marker in my eye. This fits perfectly in there. So I'm really enjoying the project. I'm enjoying the knitting bag it's in. I really like this project all around. I actually have been enjoying knitting this so much that depending on how quick this is and how easy it is, if I knew of anybody that liked this, I would maybe knit it again, even for myself or for a gift or someone. I don't know, but I really enjoy it. It's really fun. So that's my second work in progress, and that's actually all of them that I'm going to show you right now. I haven't put any work on any of the other ones that I have going right now, and yes, I keep it in 2 bags because I've got a bunch of little notions in here that I brought with me on the trip, so I can probably move those out now, but I'm just all kinds of noises today. But yeah, every motorcycle and scooter known to mankind is going down my street today. Sorry. I'm not editing this out. I just don't feel like it. But anyway, yeah, only works in progress that I've got going right now. So let me see. I haven't touched spinning. I haven't touched sewing because I was out of town. So obviously those things kind of didn't end up happening. I had to prep for the trip and make sure that I was ready at work. So, you know, and then coming back home was always a bit of a whirlwind because we came back home Monday, but I'll go into that a little later. Upcoming cast-ons, nothing has changed. I still want to knit my wardrobe staples. I need to figure out a few smaller projects, so stay tuned for that, because I need to make some Christmas gifts, and I need to start getting on that. Knowing me, I need to start now. So that's something that I'll have to work on, and again, sucks. But I really want those to be Christmas gifts, so I need to do that yesterday. Yeah. Stash enhancements. Hold on, because let's pause the video for one moment. I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. I do have one stash enhancement, courtesy of my aunt. I didn't even realize this was in here, Aunt Ruth, until I went in here. And she gave me a few things. She gave me some crochet thread. It's Red Heart Classic Crochet, and what color is it? Burgundy. You know what this screams? This screams Christmas or fall. Maybe I'll have to do some crochet thread stuff this winter, because this is really pretty. I really like it. So these are my stash enhancements. I did not buy any yarn on the trip. I behaved, but she got me anyway, so I'm happy. These are really pretty, so thank you. Thank you, Aunt Ruth. But anyway, I will have these. Methinks, ooh, some kind of 3D ornament. I don't know. We'll see, but I'm excited. So those would be my stash enhancements. Not a whole lot this time. Like I said, I didn't go shopping, so, well, yarn shopping. So there is that. But then we'll move on to non-knit loves. There's quite a few things that I could show you this time because some things made their way home from my dad's house and my aunt's house and my grandma's house. like things made their way that were mine or were my mom's or were a family thing that I ended up taking with me, and I got a few things too, and I'm just kind of debating what I'm going to show. But of course I have to show, hopefully this is okay. Ugh. I inherited my family's sewing basket, or sewing bin. I'm so excited about it. I haven't, obviously I'm lifting it up, so I haven't filled it yet. Loud music, honestly. But I haven't filled this up yet, but I am so excited because I don't actually have a place for my sewing stuff right now. So this will be absolutely perfect, and I'm just really excited that I get to keep this now. So thank you for passing this on. I absolutely love it. We're gonna keep this forever. So I'm really excited about this. That would be the most noteworthy. Like I said, I'm excited to fill it up. I need to do some more sewing, so that is rather exciting. From that vein, I have to dig here. Excuse me while I dig. But I was at my dad's, and we visited my dad as well as my aunt and uncle and my grandma. And when we were at my dad's, I have actually been thinking about this for a little while. My mom had embroidered, oops, did I get an extra? No. Had embroidered pillowcases. And she would let me pick out the thread colors, and then she'd embroider these pillowcases. And so I asked my dad if I could take mine, and he didn't even realize they were in there. So here, I'll unfold one of each. It smells like Mom, because the linen closet smells like potpourri. But this is the first one. There's 2 of each, but this is the first one she did for me. I mean, not the first one total, but the first one we kind of like worked together on. I picked the colors. They're butterflies, of course. So this was the first pillowcase set. So there's a set of those. Then the other ones, these were done a little bit later on. I don't even know if I ever even used these. She finished these. I don't know if I ever used them. Because unfortunately she got sick afterwards and they got put in the closet. So when she started getting sick. But these are more neon. These were obviously later on when I chose these colors. So I'm super excited. Let's please hold. Okay. I'm sick of hearing people yelling at each other. So, but yeah. These were the second ones. Really pretty. This time she used variegated crochet thread, or not crochet thread, embroidery floss, and again, they smell like the linen closet. I'm not gonna cry. I actually not. They're just very special. Like, I know she'd want me to use these, but right now I'm almost to the point where I don't want to use them right now just because they are so special, which is absolutely ridiculous, but that's where I'm at. The last ones did get used. You can tell. They're a little yellowed. I'm pretty sure I used these too, so it's all my fault. But again, one more set of butterflies. Very, very pretty. And embroidered by my mom. So I was glad these were still there. I mean, obviously, I know my dad wouldn't have gotten rid of these. He would have seen what these were and then would have asked me if I wanted them if he didn't want them. And there's a few that I left. She did quite a few of these over the years that we picked out. There's a few that I left at his house because I figured he maybe would want some too since they are special. Then I just a little random one, but I found the first pillowcase I ever, well, one of the first pillowcases I ever sewed. One of my first sewing projects. I sewed a pillowcase in dog fabric. Just in case you cared. I just thought it was funny I found these. I'm like, oh, I'm bringing these home and I'm using these. So I only sewed one because at the time I used a big pillow and a little pillow. So I sewed a little pillowcase and a big pillowcase. But yeah, I wanted to share those because they're very special to me. I mean, we picked out the colors together. We often went to, we would get these at like a Hobby Lobby or Michael's or whatever, or Joann's, whoever sold them, whenever we were somewhere that had a craft store. So these are special. So I'm glad I have those. Let's see. Oh, there was something brand new I wanted to show. There's been this rave of the fall. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's the fall crack. I'm not even gonna pronounce it. It's a certain style backpack. They're very expensive. I saw them in Barnes & Noble in person once finally, and I realized they have plastic zippers and they're over $100 and they're small. And I was like, why would you spend that much money in a backpack with a plastic zipper? I don't understand. But then Walmart came out with almost like a knockoff. And I was like, that's good enough for me. It's got a plastic zipper. It's $100 less, and I think it's adorable. So I did get a backpack while we were on the vacation. It's just a Walmart backpack. It's nothing special, but I think it's really cute. And I didn't have to spend over $100 for the style, so win on my part. I'll probably actually use this as my purse rather than something for knitting, but it's really cute. So I wanted to share that. So if you're into that style backpack, It's like the Fall Kanken. It's a Norwegian brand, but it's hard to pronounce, and they're very cute backpacks, and I know they're made well. This won't be made as well, but when I saw it was a plastic zipper, maybe I just saw something weird, but the ones that I saw had a plastic zipper. I'm not spending $100 to have a plastic zipper die. That does not make sense. I mean, I wouldn't spend that much anyway, but just to know that people are buying these $100 backpacks with a plastic zipper. Not well made, man. I don't know. I don't get it. But anyway, other than that rant, which you really didn't need, the last thing I was going to share is my dad has slowly been going through things, and my mom had a fabric stash and a pattern stash and just all kinds of stuff. And I don't even have like a third or a quarter of what she has had, what she still has in the basement. But we were going through some stuff, and I found the mother lode of like exciting things. Like she had 1/4 inch elastic, which is still good, which I could use for making masks, and 8,000 zippers. There were honestly so many zippers. I want to make project bags. I needed zippers. Our Walmart doesn't have zippers, and I don't want to go into town and order. So I won't have to buy zippers for a very long time. There are so many zippers here. There was embroidery, or not embroidery, cross stitch fabric, and I wanted to get back into cross stitch and embroidery, like, and I mean, some of these zippers, well, this isn't the best example, but she had like lime green and purple and turquoise, which are me. So this is all just notions and supplies. Then I did take some of the fabric home this time. This is fabric. Now some of this is mine. The black fabric is actually mine, but like some of this, like, so cute. I mean, some of this is definitely more her. Like there's pine cone fabric, or like this gingham green, but at the same time, it reminds me so much of her that I kind of want to make something out of it. So this, other than something in the bottom, is fabric. So I've got a lot of stuff to do. But those are a few things that I wanted to share, just because like they're just nice things to see. Like another thing, like I found old scrunchies that Mom had made, and scrunchies are in style again. Okay, but I had 8,000 scrunchies, and I did find them, and a lot of them Mom made, so it was kind of cool. I mean, I don't know if the elastic is good on them anymore. I hadn't really looked closely at them. I just grabbed them, and I have to sort through them. But it was kind of cool just to see all of these things. So yeah, a lot of memories. I think this was just a lot of showing you a lot of memories. It's more for me than for you guys, I guess. But I hope you found it a little bit interesting, because it just kind of, it made me happy. Like most of this stuff is stuff that's been around for a while, or stuff that my mom had, or stuff that family had, and it's just special. So that's that. So going into life lately, I've kind of shared a lot of stuff. We went on vacation, so obviously leading up to vacation, I was doing a lot of packing and prepping since our last podcast, because we left on Tuesday night after work, and then we came back this last Monday. So, you know, I've kind of been gone a good chunk in between there. But it was a really nice vacation. We visited several family members. My dad actually got a mini pontoon boat, and we got to ride on that, and that was the most fun thing. I absolutely loved it, and so did my husband, and we even brought Maisie on the boat. Once it wasn't moving, but I carried her out in the boat, and I set her on the boat, and she even jumped off the boat onto the pier. I was so proud of her. She was not afraid of it, so that was so cool. She's never been on a boat before, so that was fun. We do travel with Midnight, so that makes it a little more tricky, but she certainly is getting more used to the places, like my grandma's and my dad's. She's getting more used to those places, which is really great. She's exploring. We do have her in one room most of the time when we're there, just because of the dogs, but I think these next times we'll probably, hopefully, maybe close off a few rooms, but open her up to the house so that she can go exploring a little bit more. But yeah, it was a good vacation. It was a good time to get away. I honestly feel like it'll probably be one of the last times we can leave this year, go on vacation, because I do have a few more vacation days left, but to be able to get away at the holidays will be a little bit harder, so I'm not really sure how that'll go. So it was just kind of nice to see everybody maybe one last time for this year before we go into the holiday season and we hunker down for winter. Although winter, because we're in Madison, Wisconsin, well, just south of, like, this is winter. Like, winter is nothing. But yeah, so it was just nice to get away. We jumped right back into everything when we got back. I jumped right back into work. It was an absolutely crazy week, so it was kind of hard to like jump back into that, but we made it through. And now I can film a podcast. Next week is Labor Day weekend, I believe, and hopefully I'll get a whole bunch of knitting done then. But yeah, otherwise, I'm just kind of rambling your ear off at this point, so I might as well just wrap it up for this time. I've showed you a lot. You probably have image overload. I'm still like looking at things I could show you, but they're just like little things that maybe I'll just post on Instagram here and there once I start using them. So yeah, our car was full coming home. But anyway, with that, I think I'll wrap this up. Thank you for watching this episode today. Again, you can find me on Instagram as Tori Schaffner. I'll probably be sharing a few more things there if you're interested in seeing what I've been doing. I do occasionally do stories. It's kind of rare, but take a look there. You can find me on Ravelry as lilwestie, L-A-L-Westie. Of course, on the blog, woolymastodon.wordpress.com. You can find me on YouTube, of course, and then on Facebook a little bit. I'm on there as Victoria Schaffner, and then also Woolly Mastodon. So you can find me both places there. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please like this if you liked it, or dislike it, whatever. Either way, just let me know if you liked it or not. Comment below, and definitely please share it with your friends. Subscribe if you enjoyed it. We would love to build this community on the interwebs. And with that, thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next podcast. Bye! Well, now I've got a pile of stuff. Like, this backpack is full of stuff from Dollar Tree, because our Dollar Tree suck here. What do I mean? Very confused.